process.
What you looking for? Always looking out the door.
Probably the hardest part of this was living in the dust. Even though it was tried to be minimized as much as possible, I'm a very meticulous person. I like things like in places and everything. So for a little while, I lived out of Yaya's kitchen, bless, because she cooked me beautiful food every day. Okay, so it started with ripping out the old kitchen, which was very confronting. Like, I was like, one day I had a kitchen, that afternoon it was gone, and the floors were boarded up, kitchen was gone. We found a pipe that we didn't know was there in the corner where the fridge was meant. I started freaking out. I rang Ben straight away. I was like, Ben, there's a pipe that we didn't know. He was so calm. He was like, it's fine, Jackie. No worries, just send me a photo. I feel like he was just trying to calm me down so I wouldn't have a panic attack. So in this time and process, I pretty much left that, sent that to him. Kitchen got ripped out, and then from there everything started. So we bought in the cabinetry, which for a little while nothing happened because off-site everything gets made. So Nathaniel was onto creating all the cabinetry off-site, did a great job. And then I think I was away, or I was out and someone had to, like my grandma let them in. I came home that afternoon and the carcasses of the kitchen were in. Like, I had a kitchen, well, I didn't have a kitchen, but I had a layout of a kitchen, which was super exciting. The wall went up and everything started to happen. We had the electrical and plumbing got roughed in, and I remember that word. I was trying to like understand the lingo that everyone was saying. I would always text Ben and ask him, I was like, what does this mean? Or like, I remember once he told me about some wall. He said something wall, I can't remember. I have the text message. Nib wall, that's what it was. Okay, so he sent me something saying, oh, nib wall's going in tomorrow. And I sat there for 20 minutes staring at that text message, and I was like, do I write back asking what a nib wall is, or do I Google it? Or did he spell something wrong? Did he mean something else? Anyway, he explained to me it was a little wall to fix outside. Anyway, so all these little things slowly happened over a period of time, and it was exciting, but it wasn't like I couldn't see it all come together yet until we had the benches come in. Now, let me tell you about the porcelain benches. So when we first quoted it up, the benches just took me a little bit of budget, and to try and keep it under, I spent probably about 4 weeks going to different places, looking at different bench tops, ringing Haley. I was on the Gold Coast and I was like, sending me to all these different places that had different types of stones and things. I remember one day crying in my car because I was like, there's nothing as beautiful as the porcelain that we originally chose. So I just decided to bite the bullet, and I said to Ben, the first time he gave me the quote, I was like, oh, no, I would be silly to spend that amount on porcelain benches. And then the day I rang him back and I was like, right, let's do it. So I decided to go in the main front of the kitchen with the Maximus Australia Bright Onyx porcelain. And in the butler's pantry, we actually went with a Caesar stone, which I'm so glad for. They complement each other and just look incredible. Porcelain is, I think it's like, is it 15 mil? What's 15 mil? Yeah. Porcelain's about 15 mil. And it can bend, it can bow, the word bow. The reason I chose the porcelain is because it's scratch resistant, stain resistant. It's really good for someone who cooks all the time, and especially wanting to eventually hold cooking classes or have my nephews and nieces learn to cook. It's really durable, but getting it in place, and every single mitered edge, I also learned what mitered was, but every single mitered edge cost a fortune because there's only a handful of people in Brisbane who will touch it. So the day it came in, I was like hyperventilating. I was sweating because Ben was like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous about the porcelain coming in. So that made me more nervous, but I also made sure I just left the house so I didn't have to deal with it. Porcelain came in, absolutely beautiful. The guy who installed it was incredible. He was here on a weekend to do it, and it changed everything. It made everything beautiful. So I'm very, very happy I went with that. The Nathaniel from iMake did my cabinetry, which just the way he did it with all the grain looking beautiful was incredible. My appliances went in, which was a great day. So I did lots of researching and thinking about shopping around for like the perfect appliances. So probably the most important one is my cooktop, because I wanted no overhead exhaust. The reason being is I wanted to create a really flush kitchen, a beautiful long shelf that I can style the shelf differently for photo shoots and all those sorts of things. So I came across Bora cooktops, which are a downward draft in the middle of the cooktop. So it sucks out all the exhaust or the heat or the steam, and I was obsessed with them. So I decided to get their Bora Pure cooktop, which I am absolutely in love with, and I cannot wait to show you that one. I went with a Fisher Paykel fully integrated fridge, fully integrated dishwasher, and my beautiful Smeg 90 centimeter oven, which I will be able to cook so many flowners at once at Easter time for Yaya, and she'll be very happy. So they're all my appliances. I got a Billy tap, which has my hot, cold, and sparkling water, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, the process was really quite difficult. It was. One of the really fun parts of the process, which was more a bit of pre-planning, was with Blum. So Blum Australia came on board to do the project with me, and I could not be more grateful. The day that they came on board, I remember being in tears lying on my bed, because Blum is a product that I remember my mum used to have when I was younger at home, and it is a durable product. It is something that withstands time, and turning this into my home, I know that I'm going to be here for a very long time. So went into the Blum showroom to do a test drive of the kitchen, which is where you can book in to go, and they actually lay out your kitchen how it would be, and you can choose what drawers you want where, what widths, what depths, and go through all those sorts of things with them, which was incredible. And they have these like dynamic zones, so they tell you where your prep area should be, to where your cleaning up area, to the cooking area, and it changed what I thought I wanted, but it also made me so much more confident going into the process and into the renovation. So I knew that this is where my chopping boards are going to be, this is where my glasses are going to be, my cutlery and things like that. They also have an incredible line of organizing compartment things for the drawer. So my cutlery and the it's just incredible, and when you see it, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. So that actually changed a bit of the cabinetry. So that was able to, where I was gonna have my pantry totally changed, and I put in a space tower, which is, if I can tell you one thing if you're renovating a kitchen, is put in a space tower, because it will save your life. But also the little drawer that has I have this shelf, I don't even know what it's called, that's really bad. But anyway, I have this shelf that my appliances are on. So I have at the moment my KitchenAid. I don't have to lift it up because we all know KitchenAids are really heavy. Pull it out, it locks in, it's already plugged in, and I do what I need to do. So yeah, a lot of thought went into this, more than now that I'm talking about it, I realize how much thought has gone into this kitchen. And thanks to everyone who's like really stood by me while I've cried millions of times regarding this kitchen. So it was a long process. It was like, I can't believe that I am sitting here now in front of my dream kitchen. I'm very grateful. The final thing to complete the kitchen was my sinks, and we all know I had an issue with the fact that my old kitchen had 2 sinks right in the middle of the kitchen bench and water went everywhere. So I decided I wanted to find the biggest sink I could. So I went with Turner Hastings. They do beautiful ceramic fire clay sinks, and I got 2, one in the butlers, one out the front. So they're white and they're crisp, and I changed all the drainage to be their nice white ones. So they came up beautiful, and I'm very happy with them. Okay, so I know you've all been waiting, and I am so excited. Finally, next up is my full kitchen reveal. So you get to see all the little in-depth bits and pieces that I've spoken about, and I hope you like it.